Hey, Christ Place leaders, you know what we're all about? Discipling one another to reach and raise the next generation to live out God's truth. Hey, we're back to the basics today, and we're talking about not an easy subject. And the not easy subject is if I'm a small group leader and I feel like it's time for me to maybe step down or take a sabbatical or transition out of leading my group, what are my next steps and what do I do? So Luke and I want to talk to you today about what that looks like. So Luke, what do we do?
Well, the first thing is you're going to spend weeks in prayer. This isn't something that you're just going to up and make the decision, you roll out of bed, eat your Wheaties, and then boom, You got to spend probably some days and even weeks in prayer, discerning what the Lord's truly calling you to do in that decision.
So if I have a problem, one of the first things I do, it is the first thing I do, is I take it to the Lord. So if I'm starting to feel, I'm a small group leader as well, so if I feel like, it might be time for me to step down from leading my group, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pray. I'm going to take it to the Lord, and I'm going to make sure that this is the Lord leading me to do this, or at least giving me a sense of peace in order to step down from the group.
And then the next thing, I want you to reach out to me. Call me, email me, just in some way reach out to me, come up to me on a Sunday, and let's set up a time that we'll go grab lunch, coffee, and I want to hear your heart and hear just kind of what the Lord's speaking to you through, like how the Lord is calling you to go, which and whatever direction He is leading you to go. Because that's, of course, the most important thing is what's the Lord calling you to do? Because I want to best help equip you guys. You're great leaders. I want to help best equip you guys to do just that.
Yeah, no, that's great. And then, so that's number one, you take it to the Lord. Second thing is you bring it to Luke and you talk to him and say, hey, here's what the Lord is showing me in my life. Here is, maybe I'm tired, I've been teaching for a while, I'm weary, whatever it might be. I know those seasons come. Luke is going to help you be able to know, is this a permanent step down? Is this a permanent transition out? Or do you maybe just need a sabbatical from teaching for a little while, and then maybe what that looks like. And then step number 3 is going to be trying to find a replacement. You see, all of us have been called to disciple one another, to reach and raise the next generation, the little guy that just stepped off the camera. You hear him laughing. But we're all called to reach and raise the next generation. Well, that's the same in the next generation of leaders as well, especially small group leaders. So if you're currently leading a small group, I'm praying and I'm hoping, and we challenge you to find the next generation of leaders. And so look, you should be pouring into your people every week, but also pouring into the next generation of leaders as well. And so if something were to happen where you feel like, you're tired, or let's say you can't be there for several weeks,
or you need help,
or you just want to raise up new leaders and launch them out, that's what we're called to do. And so you and Luke are going to pray, and you're going to work, and you're hopefully already raising up leaders as it is, but you're going to work to maybe try to put that person as the main leader of your group. So that's step number 3. What's step number 4?
So once we have worked to find a replacement, then you, myself, and whoever this person that we've just kind of felt the Lord call us in that direction for, that replacement, we're all 3 or 4 if it's a home group, or just other leadership in the class, but very, very few people. We're going to work to disciple and train and really raise up that leader to be able to take the leadership of the class. And the rest of your class does not know. This isn't a very public thing. We're not advertising it. It's still very private, to where it's myself, you, and the replacement, and the 3 of us are really working close hand in hand and discipling that next leader to move that direction.
So Luke, you're telling me that I am on step number 4 and I still haven't even told my class. Right?
Correct.
I got you. That makes sense, and that's wise. I think, we never go wrong when we go slow, and I say that all the time. So we're praying, we're bringing it to Luke, and then we're praying about who the next person is, and then when we identify the next person, then we're taking a season and training them, raising them up in order for them to take leadership on the class. Okay, so that's step number 4, and then step number 5 is to tell your small group. So you set a date, you tell your small group, you go to the group and you say, hey, listen, the Lord's calling me here, or hey, I just need a break for a season, or I'm just going to be a regular class member. This is what I'm going to do. That's step number 5. Now listen, you're several weeks in before you've even told your group. You've already raised up the next person, because look, we all deeply love and want to see our group continue to do well. And so at this point, we haven't even told the group leading up until this point.
Yeah.
And that's because we want to make it a healthy, seamless, and easy transition for the group. So that's step number 5. And then step number 6 is you give us a chance to be able to celebrate and love on you, honor you for your years of service. Because look, many of our small group leaders, especially Bible Fellowship,
I've been going for 10, 15, and 20 plus years.
I mean,
here.
Most of them have, and you've even been teaching outside of Christ places. So we are so thankful for you. We want to take that season and that opportunity
And
to be able
celebrate.
to honor you and to celebrate for what you've been doing and the faithfulness that you've been teaching. And so we want to continue to do that, but we also need to do the same thing with home groups as well. And so look, this is all a process. This isn't something that happens overnight. We see this over and over again in Scripture where the Lord will lay something on someone's heart, and it is a long season, a long transition before that person is able to actually do that. I mean, we learned that just a few weeks ago in Nehemiah when Pastor was talking about taking a risk, and Nehemiah went to go and build a wall. And how long was it? Was it like 18 months?
About a year and a half,
before, yeah, before Nehemiah was actually released to go and rebuild the wall. And so look, this is, once you sign on to be a small group leader, it is an honorable thing. We are very grateful for it. But to step down from it because it can leave the group high and dry if you just step down and kind of the thief of the night. We don't want to do that to your group. I know you don't want to do that to your group. So let us help you in those transitions. And so we just want to help you and encourage you today. We know you've been teaching for a long time. We know that it gets to be a lot. But we also want to do what's best for our group and for the people in there too as well, because it takes time. So do that. Make sure that you're reaching out to us. Let us know how you're doing. Our goal is to meet with every group leader at least twice a year, kind of get a gauge on you and gauge on the class too as well, see how you're doing, how you're feeling. And we want to make sure and we do those check-ins with you. So make sure you let us know what's going on in your life and in your group. Hey, we love you. We can't wait to see you Sunday. And you guys are doing a great job.
We love you. We love your people. Thank you.